we are not going to start with streaming reminders quite yet, everybody. But we do have someone new joining us at the table. If you'd like to introduce yourself, we'll do the character introduction after we start playing.
Absolutely. My name is David, guys. Happy to be here. Nice to meet you. And let's have fun together. And I hope you guys are going to enjoy my, I would say, interesting character.
Hell yeah.
I know that I am already loving the character from our session 0, which, actually, I want to double check, David. I went back and I was reviewing the video, and I think I can reasonably post that up on YouTube, as long as that's all right for you, that I posted alongside all of the main sessions.
Absolutely. Go ahead.
All right. Cool. So that is going to be going live. I'll probably set it for either tomorrow night or Sunday night for it to go live. And then Tuesday will be the normal posting of this session on YouTube. With that, though, let's hit those streamly reminders.
Mental health is important. If you are experiencing any level of mental distress or unease, please seek professional help. Therapists and psychiatrists are there to provide a safe and reliable space to process stress and difficult situations through various methods. They are there to provide preventative and post-care for such things. If you are experiencing a situation that requires immediate or emergency attention, please check the links below for crisis and emergency options. You can also find links below to charities that help children in need. Any help you can provide would be appreciated. Our social media, Ko-Fi, Throne, and Discord server are linked below as well. The Discord is a community gaming space with a completely optional section for Dungeons and Moogles.
And of course, Power Word Meal is still going. An amazing thing. You can donate as little as 80 cents to help feed children and families in need. And of course, if you do get a handful of free content for the 2024 edition of 5e, including a playable species and an entire miniature adventure module. So, you can get awesome stuff and help children. It is a top tier thing to donate to if you have the means to do so. So, our recap today is basically going to be 3 sessions of recapping, so to speak. Going back to the last one Pious was here for, that was the main story episode. You spent a decent portion of that episode going through loot, deciding what treasure was going to be handed out to who, because you had just gotten the Horde after saving Willowdale when you traveled to the past. When you parted ways with Baziat, who had given you his Horde, he told you that he was on his way to go meet up with Zaxar. And you found 2 separate items that had genies in them. One of them was a genie's lamp, and the other was an iron flask. You opened the iron flask to release the genie that was trapped inside, and she told you that she had been trapped in there for at least a century due to one of the archmages, one by the name Zariel. It wasn't his real name, but it is a name he found in a book once, and he chooses to use. She then gave you all the opportunity to ask a favor, which, if I remember correctly, that was the one to get an idea of what challenges lie ahead of you, which you all saw visions of various places that lie ahead of you on the road, and what may be a challenge when you reach them. After that, more so Twilight, rubbed the genie's lamp to release the Jan that's within, a type of genie that is composed of all elements instead of a singular one. Pious, you basically made the deal with this one that he would join you all on your journey by living inside of your head. And that he would try not to interfere with everything going on, because his main goal is to see what happens when your journey down the Highroad ends and the war between angels and demons begins. Maybe a little bit of buyer's remorse after striking the deal, as you saw a vision of him traversing the tower that breaks Euclidean geometry and exists both as a physical place to enter and is also the core of your being. A Library of Alexandria, in a manner of speaking. As he put it, he believes it to be the Philosopher's Stone, a powerful artifact containing all of the world's knowledge, which is more or less in line, Pious, with what you've discovered about yourself along the high road, that just about everything is somewhere in your head and you simply cannot access it freely. You spent one day traveling down the high road again, and you all laid down to rest. This is the part where the 2 sessions kind of split apart. As Wrath, Tempest, Twilight, you found yourselves in Terror Town, Essentially, our Halloween special was you all finding yourselves in a Nightmare Before Christmas inspired adventure where you eventually took down the boogeyman. And as you left, you saw signs that he was not gone for good, and that in the future he may wreak havoc on this town once again. As you came back from that, you all were preparing to lay down and rest, as well as kind of looking over the magic items that had magically appeared in essentially a trick-or-treat bucket in the fortress. As you all finish looking over this, that's when you notice that Pious, who can now actually rest in the instant fortress with you after having unattuned from one of the artifacts he was previously attuned to, is not there. He's left the fortress for some reason. And we'll start there for now and get back to the recap when you all catch up with that moment.
So Pious left us?
Yes, he is not at the fortress at this moment. It's just Wrath, Tempest, and Twilight.
Are we we're picking scene up there, or are we following
Yes.
Pious?
That's where we're picking up the scene. The three of you have control of your characters to do as you please in this moment.
Has anyone seen where our friend has gone to?
I was
He
with you
wandered
guys.
off again.
Probably. I'll go find him. None of this seemed too interesting to me, to say the least.
The hell? Let me come with. I don't want to stay here alone. He probably just got so used to sleeping so far away from us, that became his comfort.
How the hell did we end up there anyway?
Huh?
In that
Uh,
town?
I thought that was just a really weird dream. So that did happen.
I'm assuming. Otherwise, why would this be here, gesturing to the pile of goodies?
Oh my god, I'm really awake right now. Okay. Well, we could just sit here and dwell on how that all happened, or we could go figure out where our friend went. I like the less insane option.
Is the hermit here?
You don't notice him on this floor of the instant fortress.
I guess the hermit went with him. Maybe they went round up some breakfast. Let's go find him.
Well, Tempest and I both can fly. We can scope out one area, and we can kind of meet in the middle.
Sure. I'm gonna head towards... I don't know where I'm heading, actually.
You want to do
mean-
that?
He's a big guy. I'm sure there's tracks on the ground.
Yeah. Let's go find some tracks. I'm gonna head outside looking for Pious tracks. Or hermit tracks.
All right,
Or anything that should be there.
since all three of you are heading outside, I want all three of you to roll perception for me real quick.
23.
I'm sorry, I'm still not over my cough.
All good. If you have a big coughing fit, just try to turn away from your mic. 23, 22.
I'm not seeing my dice roll. Okay.
Roll that D20. I don't know, what is... You probably have a decent perception. You are a wisdom-based character after all. Yeah, you got a 6. Having issues with the dice roll, Twilight? Did I... Oh, God. Hold on, it looks like I just lagged out kind of bad.
Sorry, my computer just decided to do an update as I was rolling.
All right, I will roll your roll for you real quick.
Thank you, sorry.
All good. All right, you got a 13. So, Tempest and Wrath, the two of you notice this. Twilight, you don't. So, all three of you can see Pious's tracks heading out from the instant fortress and heading into the woods to the north, away from the high road. And Wrath and Tempest, as you kind of take off, the two of you notice that a couple 100 feet away from where you are, towards the high road, a second set of footprints, one that doesn't belong to all of you, came up closer to the instant fortress and then just stopped, as if whoever it was teleported away or began to fly or in some other way not walk on the ground.
Tempest, do you see that?
Yeah. That's not the weirdest thing we've encountered, but it's not comforting to say the least.
Do you want to make a pass over the fortress and make sure it didn't climb up it before we go?
Yeah, I'll be right back.
It doesn't take you
I
long
do
to
my
pass
quick
around.
pass over.
Yeah, it doesn't take you long to do a quick pass. And you don't see anyone else that's there. You don't see any other tracks. But you do notice that there seems to be a line of trees that begins to head north the same way Pious was, that leaves have fallen from, as if something was shaking the trees along that same path.
But the footsteps don't appear, like, large, right?
They are larger than average for a person, but they're still within normal means for a human. Maybe someone like a Goliath would have left footprints that large.
Maybe
Did
the
we
two of
split
you
up?
keep to the sky.
Sounds good.
No, we're still together. Twilight.
Okay.
Y'all stay up, stay above the trees, see what you see. Call on the sending stone if you see anything. I'll be running down here.
Copy that.
And follow the tracks.
The three of you begin heading north as fast as you can, dashing, running as best you can to get there as fast as you can. Tempest and Twilight, as the two of you are in the air, you notice a fair bit before reaching the actual point where Pious is. You notice that the landscape seems to hill up, and as you get maybe about like an eighth of a mile away, you can see that on the other side of this hill is a large ruined village. You can't really make out the details from this distance, but that's the direction Pious was heading, was towards these ruins.
I'm gonna take out my sending stone, relay the message to Wrath. We got a ruined village up ahead. Might have Pious. Or worse.
What do you mean by worse?
I don't know. Always expect the unexpected, especially on this hell-forsaken road.
So, if none of you deviate from path, as you're trying to get there as quick as you can, it takes you 7-8 minutes to get all the way there. And Tempest, Twilight, as you start to fly down lower, knowing you're getting closer to this hill, you see Pious walk out of the tree line up onto the peak of the hill, right where it crests over. And Geraldine, you can hear as Wrath is running across the snow, making a considerable amount of noise since the middle of the night, and there's little going on around all of you. There's not even a breeze to rustle the leaves in the trees. And this is where the other two, the session 0 and that previous session, ended. As all of you can hear a voice that calls out across the valley.
Oh no, I lost it. My dear friend, you've finally returned. How long has it been this time? 20 years? 30? Perhaps only a few months? Oh, it doesn't matter. Eventually, I will have your power, your domain, your position.
And you all can feel as magic begins to swell in the area, as this disembodied voice is clearly speaking toward Pious and none of you, as you all finally come together as a group.
Who is that?
I'm not sure.
Wrath has Blade out now, just looking around for anything other than the group. Is there a reason you're talking to it then?
Not in particular. I felt as though it was calling to me.
And after that last statement, you still think it's something to go towards? Pious, what are you doing here? What is going on?
Wrath, I don't think I have much of a choice, really. I feel as though he would have found me regardless.
Then let him find you amongst friends.
For real, why were you doing this alone?
Okay, I don't really need your guys' judgment right now. I'm fine, see? Everything's fine.
Is everything fine? Other than the mysterious voice we heard?
Wrath, go ahead and give me a perception check, because you said you were looking around. And David, if Geraldine is going to continue trying to remain hidden, I'll need you to roll a stealth.
Yes, absolutely. It's coming. How very high.
What's
So
that
contested.
perception, Wrath?
11 plus my 9, 20.
20.
Okay.
You barely spot someone in the trees about 30 feet away. They've angled themselves so that there's just a sliver of an open gap between them and the rest of you. And you can't make out any major details, but it seems to be a rather large female individual in the trees, watching.
He's just going to take note and then move his eyes to scan his party, seeing none of them notice as well. He's going to take a few steps to the side as if searching in the opposite direction, and then turn back, and he's going to teleport to where he saw that person.
I have a question for the GM.
Yes.
Do I recognize him? Because I'm right now. My eyes was on Pious, so I was watching the entire scene. Now, Wrath, came together with him. So, do I recognize Wrath in all of this?
You don't get the clearest line of sight to everyone else that's come up. You take note that there's a female who looks very angelic with this pink skin and these large white feathered wings, a demonic woman with purple tinted skin and large leathery wings. And you do take note of Wrath, a blue dragonborn, but you don't get a clear view of his face to be like, yes, this is who it is.
Until you see suddenly a burst of flames where that dragonborn had stood, and then there's a clear image of a young, at this point, blue dragonborn dressed in like light leathers and robes. There's a mask fitted over his head, actually, over his face, that seems to form fit, but it stands out staunchly as the mask is yellow in color, whereas his scales are blue. And in his hand, in a reverse grip, pointed blade towards you in the trees, what does he see?
Oh,
You'd like to go ahead and introduce Geraldine? Please do.
Absolutely, I will. So, at the beginning, it's a little bit confusing. It was almost like the light of the moon just bend around the figures, like it doesn't want to eat the surface. And it's tall, lean, white as a gravestone. Stand almost 8 feet tall, but wrap around this tree top almost like a spider. And is wrapped in a long, dark coat. Slowly move carefully in the stillness of the wind. Skin is pale, sleek, and marked with faint red spot, almost like someone dripped blood over her and just stained her skin. But that's not the weirdest part. The weirdest part is this spiraled red shell that crown her head, almost like a strange helmet. And from the side, those long crimson tentacles drip down, thick and long, almost like hair. Her eyes are large, blue, deep, and almost faintly glowing, and she smiles. And the smile is a little bit too wide, but full of teeth, crooked and pointy.
Yeah.
She wears those long gloves, they're fingerless, and the tip of her hand are clawed and long. The entire arm is a little bit too long, unnaturally long. She just tilt her head and just say, "Yeah." And she just come closer. I was looking for you guys.
That's funny, because you didn't look like you wanted to be seen. Who are you, and what are you doing here?
Geraldine Morley. I'm a scholar, and I be sent over by the Baron to help you out.
And who sent you?
Let's take a moment and have a flashback scene. David, I want you to set the scene of when you first met the crew of the Kraken's Bane.
I was much younger, still very tall, but not this tall. Almost like someone stretched me a little bit too thin. And my skin was much more bright and colorful. What people call a triton, but my teacher and etc. remember a nautilus, one of those kind of squid that live inside a shell. And that's where my strange head come from. And I step on board with big smile, big eyes, fresh off the water, let's say, ready to help. And the captain took me on because he knows that I was a hard worker and someone that liked to keep tidy. That's why he put me into the cargo hold, where I was cataloging, fixing, making sure that every barrel was in the right spot, then every sail was correctly folded. And that's how I stayed a little bit away from the spotlight, being at the core of the ship. Because everyone that needed something knew that he needed it just to ask me, and I knew where he was.
At this time, it wasn't right after the incident where the ship got its name, the Kraken's Bane. This is several years after, but you had recently been promoted to first mate finally, and you are currently directing everyone on ship for like loading cargo, unloading cargo. You're ill-gotten gains out at sea and loading up supplies. And you were told by Davy that there would be a new member joining the crew. As you see Geraldine walk on board.
Walking on board, Wrath is probably up closer towards the probably closer towards the wheel or the wheelhouse area. Speaking with someone, you would see actually someone around the same age as you're currently seeing this Dragonborn. Doesn't look like there's much of a difference other than a little bit of weight. In our current timeline, he's a little thinner. But a young adult Wrath, spotting you, turns, "Hey, are you the greenhorn?"
Yeah.
He walks down towards you. You notice there's no blade at his belt. There's no weapon visible on his appearance. But he stands as if he himself is a weapon nonetheless. At this point, very confident, very self-assured. You got your sea legs already? Have you been on a boat before?
Under it. She looked down at the sea, but not on top. Hi, sir. Hi.
Well, I think you'll find it a slightly different experience. Or do you require being submerged? Are we going to have to worry about false man overboard calls?
I'm amphibious. I can be on land.
Okay. Good. Well, if you ever do happen to take a dip, please notify anyone on deck that we might not have an emergency called.
Okay. I also can easily breathe underwater, so if someone falls overboard, you can call me to help.
Keep that in mind. That's good information. Now, Captain told me that you were here for janitorial duties, or inventory duties, I should say, rather. Excuse me.
Yeah, I was being told to put things where they belong.
Very well. Come on, I'll see you to your quarters, as well as the area you'll be taken care of.
And because Geraldine at the time was already 6, almost 7 feet tall, and now is almost 8, walking down below is always being something a little bit. She need to crouch down to move and try to not bang her shell head on the surface, and that's where this crouching posture that you see in the modern day Geraldine come from.
We'll have to put some padding there for you.
No, don't worry, sir. It's okay. I will manage.
Right. Well, and he'll go about showing you, duties, bunk, mess, things of that nature. My name is Wrath, and I'm sorry, go ahead.
She just tried to do the salute, but she's not sure if that's the right.
We're not so formal here. It's all right.
Okay.
My name is Wrath. I'm the first mate. If you need the captain for anything, please do not hesitate to find me, and I will get a message or himself along right away.
Right, sir. I will. I hope to be of service as best I could. And as soon as I get my sea leg, that's what you said. I will useful.
I think we'll find a use for you even before that. Come on, the mess is about to serve lunch. What do you eat?
Everything. I mean,
Perfect.
I like fish.
Well, I'm sure there's some fish in there, but none of us actually know what it is. Come on.
So, flash forward. The two of you, face to face in this moment, recall that first meeting, and that is the flashback that was just had, and you recognize each other now. Geraldine, you of course can't help but notice that Wrath doesn't seem to have aged a day, and it's been over 20 years now.
And for Wrath, Geraldine is very different. Her eyes are sunken and a little bit bigger, and her cheeks are almost in more than a part of her face is they almost disappear. It's feel like almost she rot in some kind of way, but she's still there in front of you. She's, as I said, is stretched up. Her fingers are longer, arms and legs are longer, spider-like, and her bright stripes and color are now just those red spot of dark kind of blood. And she just look at you, and her eye just stare and just say, "Wrath."
You went down on that boat, and you see a spark of electricity flare across the blade that he's holding out still.
I can say the same to you. I remind you that I can breathe underwater.
That's not all that was in those depths. Did you sign that contract too?
A contract. I don't know what you're talking about.
Do I
was
believe-
that you made a very nice magic trick under the water.
I got lucky.
Wrath, you do believe that she is unaware of that contract, in particular the one Davy had with the Kraken. You can tell there's a hint of betrayal, as if there were another contract made.
I got lucky, and whatever pulled me out of there did so before whatever was down there got its jaws on me. Can you say the same?
And I will not say that I was. And I look at you up and down. As lucky as you.
He'll lower the blade, still in his hand, just lowered to a less defensive position. Stare at you for a moment. So, is that who sent you then?
Noble, they hired all of us.
Everyone
No.
from the crew.
The tiefling guy.
Tiefling.
Yes.
You can tell she's meaning the Highroad job specifically, in terms of being hired.
Oh, okay. Well, he just takes a step back on whatever limb he's standing on. I suppose you'll need to meet the others then. And he vanishes in a gout of flame and reappears down by the group.
At that point, Geraldine take a moment, look down, look at the rest of the team, and start to crawl down the side of the tree until she reached a point where she just jump down and stand tall in front of everyone, and with a gesture say, "Hi."
Everyone, this is Geraldine Moulin, a former shipmate of mine.
To meet you all.
Hello.
Pleasure.
I thought you lost everyone on the crew.
He's trying not to, but he is staring at Geraldine. He looks over to you whenever you say that. I thought I did too. Some others might have gotten as lucky as me, though. Or unlucky, as the case may be.
Right. So she's an ally, right?
Think of myself of a valid asset. Yes.
Okay, sure. Well, if Wrath trusts you,
into this ruins.
I'm
well,
sorry. I didn't hear you. I'm sorry. What did you say?
I'm sorry. I just said, are you... Sorry. Are you interested to follow that disembodied voice into these ruins? Or we are just getting back to your interesting castle for a fresh and merriment?
well, since we're all here now, I suppose we could go check it out and...
How long have you been following us?
Since this morning, but I wasn't able to catch with you until, I will say, 10, 15 minutes ago. I also had an interesting encounter with myself.
With yourself?
The road play tricks.
We've seen a few of them.
I just came here. I'm willing to learn.
Wrath kind of looks to the rest of the group a little bit helplessly. I feel like I can't say no. Turns back to Geraldine. I can't blame you for what happened to the Bane. I can't blame you for getting out. What I'm concerned with is whether we can trust you or not.
I mean, it's a fair point. Why should you trust someone you didn't see in 20 years after that wrecking? However, let's just say that if you were going to trust me on just because who I am, I was going to take you for a fool. And I know you are not. Let me win this trust. One little step at a time. The road is long.
I agree. I would ask the rest of you your thoughts, though.
I trust your judgment, Wrath. If you trust her, then so do I.
I think
For
we'll
now.
get there. I'm not promising anything, but I think we could get there.
I do trust your judgment, but I'm not taking my eyes off this one.
Look as much as you want.
Twilight,
Yes.
what are your thoughts?
I think she should stay. I like her. And I think she could be a really good asset to our group because we have been going through a lot. And
Hotel.
until she proves her worth, I don't see why not. By the way, I'm Twilight. How are you?
How tall is Twilight? Just to have an idea of sizes and etc.
About 5'6", I think, right?
But you're a
Yeah.
halfling.
No,
Okay, so
she is a halfling, but the half angel caused her to be like average human height. She's about 5'6".
Mm.
And just because at this point, Geraldine has had a moment to actually see everyone and be closer to them to pick up more of the details. Twilight is about like 5'5", 5'6". Her skin, like I said, is this pink color, more akin to an angel than a human. Her eyes are also just these pure white orbs. There's no iris, there's no pupil. And her wings almost seem to have a radiant glow to them. You can tell that if she were an Asimar, she's closer to her angelic lineage than her human lineage. Whereas Tempest is the exact opposite. Every little detail screams demon. Her eyes black orbs with horns that curl around her head. And Pious, of course, is this man of steel, tall. Not as tall as you, but at that 6 foot mark nonetheless. And from Pious, it's not that you can see it or feel it, but you can smell the undeath that comes from him. He has ties to the undead despite not being human himself. And of course, Wrath, one of the main notable differences from when he was younger is he has scars from where it seems like his skin almost tried to explode out from beneath his scales. Likely a scar from battle.
Geraldine just move, and every time she moves, it's almost like she's moving almost like underwater. There's a kind of a slow movement following her with purpose, and she get closer to you, Twilight, almost towering over. She's crouched down to meet you eye to eye, and she just smile. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. She kind of like steps back a little bit and gives you a wink, like, and then she runs over to behind Tempest. Because you just freaked her
Don't
out.
use me as a shield.
I'm sorry.
You are too cute. Now,
Oh, you got a fan, Twilight?
I was talking to both of you. Our characters need to stick together, right? And I like this dichotomy of good and bad, dark and light. If you were small and tiny, I would wanted to put you on my shoulder. One each. Maybe you can be my conscience. If I had one.
That is on the nose, actually.
He's really pondering on this, going, yeah.
And I'm gonna move over to Wrath now.
Pious looks at Wrath, and Wrath hears in his head,
One move and she's dead.
You hear back.
Just so you know.
Just keep an eye. Let's see how
Will
this
do.
goes. Right. Well, you've met Tempest and Twilight. This is Pious, who I believe you were watching.
Yes. I was intrigued by your, I will say, wondering.
Yes, I have a bad history of hearing things in my head.
Speaking of which, this voice, you said it came from the ruins. Can you tell anything about it, Geraldine?
I know as much as you do. This voice definitely speak to your metallic friends over here. So he's the expert on the matter. However, maybe walk into the ruins at night is something that brave or fools will do.
Are we going to a haunted house then?
My favorite place.
I'm sure it'll be fine. We've dealt with worse, I'm sure.
Give me 1 moment. And Wrath is gonna dig in his bag for a moment. Nope. Eventually pulling out a scroll, just out of curiosity. He opens it up, and I'm gonna cast Scry off of the spell scroll. Out of one of the many that I got for something completely different.
All right. Where are you trying to scry, or who are you trying to scry?
I'm trying to scry on our necromancer friend.
Oh, Wilfred.
Yep, Goldritter.
Okay. I believe it's a save off that.
He does. Wisdom, I think. I'll double check.
If I remember correctly, it's a save that you need to do to the person that is being scried upon does in order to detect if they realize that someone's spying on them or not.
Yep, it is a wisdom save.
So he got a natural 20 plus 4. He definitely passes the save. And the scry pops up, and you start to see what he's doing. and you can see him seeming
Wait,
to.
He's saved, right?
Well, hold on. That just makes him aware of it, right?
No,
Yes.
no. It means really?
Yeah, you still
Yeah.
scry on them. You still see, but they realize that someone is spy on them.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
because that's what happened last time too. Is he passed the save, but you were able to still verify it was him.
Gotcha.
And you can see him lining up corpses, like standing them up, fitting them with armor, weapons. It's an army of dead bodies, corpses, as far as you can see from this position. And he turns and looks directly at the scrying eye that's appeared, smiles. Oh, oops, almost forgot my voice changed there.
Oh, you can't wait for the show? Spoil my surprise, why don't you?
Okay, I'll end it. Well, I don't recognize any landscape, do I?
No, he seems to be in some type of underground location.
Then I'll just end the scry. As a note, though, in the spell it does say on a successful save, the target isn't affected and you can't use it against them for 24 hours.
Oh, okay. Well, we're not gonna retcon.
Yeah, I didn't really get much anyway, other than building.
Yeah, we'll leave it at like he felt the spell go off and then just chose to let it happen, fail his save. We'll put it that way then.
Okay, I remember a different wording, but
So I pull out of the spell. Well, I don't think Wilfred's here. If that makes anyone feel any better.
It doesn't.
Not at all.
Geraldine, you recognize the name Wilfred? Just amongst your research, in particular with the Archmages, there was a point shortly before you met them. It was about 18 years ago when you first encountered the Archmages and spoke with them. You had heard about an Archmage candidate who was looking to take the spot for necromancy. You never got the chance to meet him, and his name was Wilfred Goldrudder. He unfortunately seemed to just disappear and no one knew what happened to him. Someone else was chosen for the Archmage candidate position because of this. But you do know that name, and he is a missing person, has been for quite some time.
so I softly repeat the name and surname, and I look at all of them, and it doesn't take me an insight check to understand that there's some history behind there, but I don't say anything. Just smile.
Perhaps it would be a good show of faith to have you join us, Geraldine, to see what's going on in these ruins. Perhaps a stroll through during the day and come back at night if we don't find anything as you suggested.
You prefer me to stay out of your beautiful castle for the rest of the night. I understand and I appreciate.
I think perhaps we should maybe take a look at that whenever the time comes. I don't mind sharing the space. It's large enough to fit us all easily.
You didn't come over the mic.
Yeah, not at all.
I didn't? I'm sorry.
No, David. David didn't.
Oh, I just say, okay. That's it.
Right. Well, I'm going to look for this voice. Pious, coming?
Pious is just staring at the ground.
Pious?
You don't
Hi.
think it's him, do you?
Who? Deuce?
No. Him. Hagrid.
Yep.
I'm not sure, but looks back towards the ruins. I don't see a veritable army of undead. Not yet, anyway.
He wouldn't need one. Wrath. He was a lich.
Wrath kind of glances over at Geraldine for a second. You can tell he's considering something. Pious, do you not remember what we've been through so far? And he'll pull a sleeve up and show the many, many scars that adorn his arm. Do you not remember where I got these?
No, I do. I'm not afraid. For me.
Well,
come on. Let's go.
All right.
So, just to reiterate this session, what you're all looking at in this valley, the valley itself is circular with cliffs that line the entire thing except this entrance from the hilltop. And there's noticeable damage to the area, tears through the ground, connecting 5 Shinto shrines. The lines connecting them form a pentacle, with the valley itself being the circle. The entirety of it is destroyed, fallen apart, buildings torn in half. it's not just time that destroyed this area, but some type of disaster large enough to affect the entire village.
Can you repeat the first little bit of that? 'Cause I think my computer kind of glitched out, Jess. I'm sorry.
The village is surrounded on all sides by cliff faces, causing it to
Okay.
be a circle. This hilltop leading down is the only way in and out of this valley.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Pious, you can sense undead and fiends and things, right?
I believe so. Give me just a second.
Do we need to get closer before?
Yes. Very close. As far as in relation to the size of this valley, yes.
Whenever we do, maybe keep an eye out, yeah?
Don't worry. I'll go in first. Just stick close to me. All of you. Please.
I just
Right.
wrap my arms around you.
That works.
Wrath turns to the two flyers. Don't go up high, yeah? Stay close. If you do go up at all.
To us? You say that to us? Tempest
Tempest
9?
and Twilight, yeah.
Oh, okay.
As you all finish cresting over the hill and begin this downward descent into the valley, that swell of magic you felt before starts to take shape instead of just being this lingering energy in the air. And you see kind of the shine of the magic as a barrier rises over the valley, a dome encasing the area to keep you in.
Was in a little trap.
We are
No going
inside.
back now.
Yes, you are inside the dome, inside the valley.
Go back and push my hand against it. Is it solid from this side?
Yes. It feels almost like you're touching water with the hardness of steel.
Didn't see that coming.
Can't even be surprised anymore.
I guess not. Well, there's
Well,
only one way to go
what's
now.
responsible?
Yeah.
The boys try to lurk us here. Obviously, they have plans and they don't want us to go away.
They will be sadly mistaken.
I think so too.
There's the
Pious is
spirit.
going to continue walking.
All right. As you all walk down further and further until you actually reach the edge of the first buildings, you think you see shadows darting and weaving around the buildings that you're looking down at as you descend. You can't tell if they're human or not, or if they're even tangible, whether they have physical form or not, or whether it's just a trick of the light as you move. And as you pass the threshold into the village proper, all of you are enveloped in this blue light. And when it fades and you can see your surroundings, none of you see your allies. The 5 Shinto shrines are what we'll use kind of to map this area. The one at the top of the pinnacle is A, the left point is B, right point is C, the bottom left point is D, and the bottom right point is E. Pious, you can tell that you are at point A, and this area seems to be very typical of a Shinto shrine of old gnomish faith. And the thing that stands out to you is that where there would normally be an idol or offerings placed is a 6-foot-tall statue that resembles you, but not the normal you, the divine you, with the plates melting down the body. Everything except the shrine has fallen to disrepair. The shrine itself is clean, immaculate, untouched by time or damage.
Is this
He's gonna-
Pious craft that the statue is that looks like? Is
It's-
it Pious?
It's Pious. Pious is looking at a statue of himself.
Pious is going to walk up to it and get as close as he can without touching it, kind of just looking at it in the face.
The most distinct difference you can tell between you and this statue is that they carved the face in. So instead of being flat lights against it, they are carved in a way that gives them depth. More than that, though, there's a power that seems to radiate from the shrine. Soft, gentle, and as if it could flicker out at any moment.
Is it in like a specific pose? Is it just standing with its arms down?
Standing with its arms down at its side, no particular pose, just standing up straight, looking forward.
He's going to touch it. He's going to put his hand on the chest.
I gently grab your hand and say, "Don't."
Twilight, you're not there. Everyone's in their own spot by themselves.
Oh, okay, because I thought I was still holding on to him. Sorry.
Nope, you found yourself somewhere else. Pious,
Okay, sorry.
as has happened multiple times along this journey, you kind of have that flash of memory come back. And you see scenes that you've seen previously when you had cast Speak with Dead on yourself, and you had seen all of those visions of you being killed by your friends. But this time, you recognize where it happened. It happened in this valley.
Oh, gods. I need to find them.
Tempest,
And
you're next.
He clenches his fist and thinks for a second about punching the statue in the face, but then he walks away.
All right. Tempest, you're at B. You're at the left point of this pentacle. And like Pious, you're standing in this shrine that has been destroyed by time and whatever cataclysm had occurred. And like him, there's a statue in front of you, about the same 6 foot tall, but it's not of him. It's of a beautiful woman with 6 large angelic wings. She has 4 arms, 2 on each side. They come together, palm to palm, as if in prayer. And despite being unpainted marble, her dress seems to scintillate with every color, even ones beyond human perception.
I go up to it and I study the statue.
Something deep inside of you seems to resonate with it. She's familiar. The face is familiar, as if someone another part of you has met, but you can't place who it is.
Tempest's gonna slowly reach out to touch it with her hand.
When you touch it, you receive a vision of a place that Tempest has never been, has never seen. It's this large area that's been tampered down, dirt filled with rocks, surrounded by trees. And you're laying in the back of what you recognize is a motor vehicle, laying down to go to sleep for the night, with 2 cats laying on top of you. And then the vision ends.
Weird. Where did everyone else go? And I try to flap up into the air to see if I can get a visual.
Okay. Next, Geraldine. You're at point C, the right point of it. And again, like the others, the shrine is destroyed, worn with time, with a singular statue, about 6 feet tall. Humanoid in shape, it's clearly not human, as whoever carved this was able to create the finest and smallest of details, almost as if they wrapped hundreds of thousands of smaller pieces of marble around each other. Its body is made from tentacles that all end in phallic tips. There are labia-shaped spots across the entire body, each with an eyeball set into it. The face is featureless, though. And you can feel you can feel madness washing off of it. Fear of being unseen. Fear of being forgotten.
I know quite a lot about that. And Geraldine first realizes that she's alone, and she kind of feel comfortable with that for a second. But at that point, she picks something out of her satchel and just quickly do a scribble of what this thing looks like. Put a note close to it, close it, put it back, and he started to think about where she is, what she saw from the top. And she started to walk towards what, presumably, if she do that direction, is going to be the top bit of this temple.
Okay. So you're heading up to the north from the east.
Point, yeah,
right.
point from the right to point A.
All right. Wrath, you're at point D, the lower left or the southwest point. And the shrine in front of you isn't a single entity. And all of the statues kind of vary between 5 and 6 feet tall. There are 6 figures in this statue, and you recognize all 6 of them, as they are the deities that you have met so far on this journey. Risha, Skarm, Thicken, Agnos, Matharian, and Spiritonus.
Taking in his surroundings, taking in the details of these statues, he reaches up and touches the small piece of jewelry that's kind of embedded into his scales, and he's going to try the sending stone to Tempest. Tempest, where are you? We got separated. Are you okay?
We'll come back to that after we finish Twilight. So, Twilight, you are the last one, and you're down at Point E, the southeast. And the monolith of marble in front of you, untouched, has 6 figures depicted, although most of them aren't exactly human. On the furthest left is a centaur-like being with a draconic face. Detailed scales cover its body, and instead of hands at the end of its arms are 2 large blades. It has horns that extend from its head and curve backwards until they meet at the center of his back, where 2 large wings rest. On the opposite side, the far right, is an equally imposing Chinese dragon, a familiar one. It's the dragon that was summoned when you use the wish words. One that you've come to know is Ryoshin, the god of magic. And next to this dragon is another fierce and powerful dragon. It's standing on its hind legs, and its front legs are positioned like arms stretched out as if it's a warrior screaming its anger into the void. All of its scales appear sharp, blade-like points at the end of them. Opposite the dragon, next to the centaur, is a third dragon. This one, well, you could never forget this one. Even the stories and details, the little bits you've seen of them on this journey. This is Tiamat. Its 8 heads all open, as if they're going to bite something in front of it. Its 8 legs, that each have 8 claws, rest at the bottom of it, and seem to dig into the marble base that it's on, as if the statue itself is ready to spring free and attack. And in the center are 2 human-like beings. One, feminine, tall, a black cloak covering itself. Looking at it, you can't help but feel like this could be the Grim Reaper, or even the goddess of death herself, Feroti. The other is male, a small, dwarven man, in tattered clothes that are all too familiar to you. He's dressed in the exact same garments as the hermit. And that's all 6 figures of this statue.
She's so overwhelmed with it all. And she just kind of backs up slightly and kind of just walks out going, no, I can't do this. I'm so overwhelmed with so many faces.
Okay. We'll go back now to Wrath. You've just messaged Tempest asking where she is. It does go through. Tempest, you hear Wrath's message.
I respond, I'm alright. I just at a shrine somewhere in town.
You've
In
gotten
the
high enough
middle.
up as you're flying, and you can tell him which one you're at. That you are at the west side point, Pentacle B, or Point B.
I'm up at the west side of the village, in the sky.
Nods, knowing he can't send another message without burning one of our last uses. Kind of looks around, stares at those statues for a while, and he's going to snap a finger and try and summon Calm.
Calm appears. Just
Ugh.
quick reference for you, David, real quick. Calm is a pseudo-dragon familiar that Wrath has, and the sending stones they're using are special jewelry. Each one of them has one, and it allows them to send 5 messages per day between all of them. And each use to send a message allows them to also respond each once.
So 5 sendings, 5 responding.
Yep.
Yeah, basically.
And the pseudo dragon was the same tracks than Geraldine saw when he started to follow them.
Correct.
When Geraldine started to follow them in the morning, you told me about the pseudo dragon tracks and also the chicken. So I'm guessing that is the creature you're talking about.
Yes. When you do finally meet up with Wrath, you will recognize a pseudo-dragon and that it made those tracks.
Thank you.
So he goes, oh, thank God. And he kind of rubs his head a little bit, takes a deep breath, and steps towards the statue, closes his eyes, and just says a silent prayer of, please help us through this, to each and every one of the deities in front of him before he touches his hand to the altar, or the statue, gets up and turns and starts dashing towards Tempest in the straightest line he can.
All right. As you all start to make your way to where you've chosen to go, or in Twilight's case, simply just trying to back up and get away from the statue, you all hear the voice boom across the valley again.
Oh, you know what? I think I'd like to play that game again. Not that you have any choice in the matter. It's simple. Be the last one standing, and you get to leave with your life. Keep in mind, the longer you take to kill each other, the harder this game is going to get. Or, Mobius, if you want to just give me your power, I can make it all end immediately.
Why don't you try and come take it?
You don't get another response from him.
Fucking coward.
So it only takes about 5 minutes, roughly, to get from any one point of the village to another. So after about 5 minutes, Wrath, Tempest, you do find each other. And Geraldine, as you're heading up to point A, you do spot Tempest flying in the distance, across from you over at point B. And Twilight, you as well, as you're backing up, because Tempest has gone into the air, you can spot her. All of you can.
Just a quick question. Everyone heard about, the killing of each other, the request that this disembodied voice just made, right?
Yes, all of you heard the lines about the game. Actually, I'm glad you brought that up. Pious, you're the only one that heard the part about giving up your power. Everyone else, you only heard the part about the game and it getting worse the longer you take.
Okay.
Spotting Tempest, I will cast Thunderclap, look up and just clap my hands to make her aware of where I am, as well as anyone else within 200 feet? 100 feet.
Because of how eerily silent this valley is outside of the noises you make, everyone can hear that thunderclap and get a general idea that it's coming over from where Tempest is flying.
Yeah, Pious would make his way over there.
Once I
Twilight,
make
how about you?
once I have
She would she would go over there. She would fly over.
Okay.
Because she knows
And
the thunderclap and
And Geraldine, you can tell everyone's kind of heading that way to gather likely, since it's the main sign of where anyone is. Are you going to continue heading to point A, or change course?
No, I will change my course in order to reach them. However, when they are in sight, I will look at what they are doing, because I never met those people before. And okay, I know Wrath. I don't know if can be they maybe are willing to start to kill each other. I don't know. So I just going to arrive, observe, and see what they're doing. And if the situation seems friendly, I will actually get closer.
As you start to be able to see them, but you're not quite in range for them to detect you, you feel a very familiar, bony, clawed hand kind of grip your shoulder and whisper into your ear.
When opportunity strikes, it's worth taking your chances. All of them would be fine additions for my collection.
There is a moment of silence. I always gave you the finest bones. Those one, we need to wait more time.
Of course. But this interesting creature that's put you in this situation, be sure to bring back his body at least.
Tempest, you were saying something about when you meet with Wrath. Let's go back to that.
Once I have Wrath in sight, he notices as I'm flying in, I'm not slowing down before I just purely tackle him to the ground.
No. You're all right then.
Hi, I
Hey.
am good.
Oh, good. We're not listening to this creep, right?
Oh no, not a chance.
All right, good.
What worse, how bad could this guy be?
Yeah, no, we'll be fine. We need to get the others though and make sure we're all on the same page. There's Twilight. Twilight!
yeah.
As you're standing up, Twilight, you're coming into view, and Pious, you see them as Wrath shouts out towards Twilight. None of you spot Geraldine at this moment, though. Geraldine, they are within sight, though, and you can see what's happening.
Whenever you see Pious come into view, he has his greatsword in his hand, and you can tell he's gripping the handle very tightly, and his head is tilted towards the ground, and he's walking eerily slowly towards you all.
Pious, are you okay? Did something happen to you?
He won't take it from me. He won't take it from me.
You won't take anything from any of us. Calm down. We're not listening to this creep. We don't even know if this is accurate.
Doesn't matter. He wants me. He doesn't care about any of you.
But we do. And I know you do too.
Let's give him a reason to care about us. In the most violent way that we know.
I should have enough diamonds.
I don't think you'll need them, my friend.
Where's the new one?
I'm not sure. Geraldine! And I'll clap again and create that thunderous effect.
The voice of Geraldine reach you, Pious. Almost like disembody like the other voice. I use prestidigitation in order to do so. You You pretty much can all hear it. So eager to fight. I'm coming to help. Let's find this interesting guy. And you can see her coming down the street, walking out of the shadow, looking in your direction.
See, we should emulate her more. We're way too loud a lot of the time.
I'm not looking for whoever that voice belongs to.
What are you looking for then?
I think a way out?
Something like that, yeah.
I noticed something if you're willing to listen for a moment.
Sure.
Our 5.5 shrine all surrounded this place that create this trap. So consider those like arcane point.
That's a good point. Mine was a shrine to deities, some of which we know on a more personal level. Deities like Risha and Spiritonus and such. What were the rest of yours?
I take out this little black notebook. It seems very old, kind of tattered, a little bit dusty, and I open it to this yellow, kind of wet pages, and there is this sketch of this statue that I see. Not an amazing design, it's just mostly rough volumes, and I just said, that was mine, if you know what is it.
Do I recognize
Pious, the two of you need to make wisdom saves.
Whoa. 15? You're good at this, aren't you?
Pious.
24.
All right. You're both good. The DC was only 13. It's not like this is a torment fragment or worse, a torment chunk. You two recognize it in the most visceral sense. Wrath, you have stood at the foot of this being before. When you spoke to that small child in the void. This is definitely the forgotten deity. Bias, you know it, and you know exactly who it is, even though no specific memories come to mind of him.
That's, the forgotten one. The deity of madness.
Pious just stares at it.
Have you ever, when you were on the ship, did you ever see something like this? And he's going to reach in his bag and barehanded, I know that's stupid of me, but pull out a torment fragment.
All right, definitely another wisdom save. DC 15 as always for the torment fragment.
19.
Do I need to roll as
19,
well?
you're good. No, he has to roll because he's touching it directly. Which, Geraldine, you've learned enough about them to know that touching them directly and prolonged exposure can be very bad. So just seeing him starting to pull it out, just bare palmed, is something to worry about. But this is the first time you've seen one since the one that saved Wrath. This is only the second time you've ever seen one.
I just nod and politely smile and say, you shouldn't touch it like that.
No, you're right. I really shouldn't. And he'll just put it in the bag again. I wasn't thinking.
Yes, you should
Good.
be careful.
Well, in case you didn't know, that deity, and he points to your sketchpad, is where it comes from.
Pieces of a bigger puzzle.
I agree. What about the rest of them?
I look around the rest of the people.
It
And
was
this
me.
device?
Mine was of a tall figure, 4 arms, enveloped in color, some incomprehensible, and 6 wings around them.
Can I roll a religion check?
Yes, and you have advantage on this religion check.
Okay. So 1, 7, so 7 plus 6, 13.
13 is good enough. You can't recall a lot of details, but especially for someone who has studied religion and the world the way you have, it is impossible to not recognize the description of Cosmos, the goddess of creation, the one who made Maluviette.
Then I softly mention it. So important, so many times forgotten.
It seems all of the statues are representing some kind of deity. Should we start with any particular one? Tiamat's, maybe.
Just wonder something. Where was yours? And I'm talking about Cosmos. What point
To the
was?
west.
Wait, B.
That one was to the west.
So directly opposite of mine. Creation, maybe destruction. So what's on the top and at the bottom?
Time at the top, right, Pious?
Yes.
And then good and evil? Material and astral? No.
Oh, maybe there is a
That's what Twilight.
pattern there.
Yes,
What was yours?
I had 6 of them,
It was,
and one was the shit. I know one was like the shape of a hermit. There was another one that had like, I think like tentacles coming out of it.
You can say with absolute certainty that Tiamat was amongst them, and that you believe another one was Firozi, the goddess of death. You would also be able to articulate their descriptions, because Twilight is definitely better at that than you are.
Thank you.
that wouldn't make sense for good and evil then, because I'm pretty sure death is neutral, and
Well, with the hermit being there, it absolutely is that, because the hermit was in mine.
The hermit is made for balance.
Exactly.
So there is any of those there is out of sequence. There is, in a weird spot compared to the others.
right.
So
Collectively, you all would be able to piece together this information about the statues and their locations. A being Mobius, the god of time, as you have guessed. That's your running theory, at least. B, cosmos, creation, or as you've been told before, hope. C, chaos, god of madness, or destruction, as those who know of him tend to call him. D were the elemental deities, and E are the ideological deities. Good, evil, magic, battle, life, death.
And based on the description and positioning and etc., there is any of those that are slightly out of place, like, oh, this elemental deities should be in D, and instead it is in E, or something like that.
No, they all seem to be in their appropriate locations.
Appropriate location.
More than that, the elemental deities seem to follow kind of that rock, paper, scissors of elements, even, where it went from like water strong against fire, fire strong against that sort of thing. And the ideological deities had magic and battle on opposite sides, good and evil on opposite sides, life and death opposite, mirroring the two sides.
I have a question. Does these statues resemble each one of our characters?
No. Pious is the only one that resembles a statue.
And the hermit.
And the hermit?
To some degree, yes. It was a dwarven man, very different in appearance. It was only the clothes that were the same. Well, and they're both male.
Gotcha.
The only reason why I ask is because the voice said, thought we should play a game where we gotta, kill each other, and I was thinking, well, maybe the statues.
Like, if there is a copy of us between the statue, maybe those are our target. That's what you meant?
Yeah.
I don't think so. I feel
It's
wrong
been
desecrating
about
a
45
statue.
minutes since the game was first presented. Between the time to meet up, inner time discussing the statues, what they were, and piecing together all that. It's been about 45 minutes, and you haven't heard anything new from this voice.
I'd feel bad for desecrating a statue of a deity, but if that's what we must do, that's what we must do. Which one should we start with?
I don't know if that is even... If they look like us, then yeah, I would say that, but...
What is in the center of all of this?
It's a good point. Let's definitely go take a look at that.
I do have levitate. I could probably levitate one of the statues up and see if there's, anything underneath them or around them or anything.
Whenever we get to it, we can try, but let's go see what's at the center before we do.
Okay.
Let's go.
So it only takes you a couple of minutes to get to the center, since you weren't all the way on the outsides, and you're not going completely across this little village. As you get there, and you can see, through the buildings and everything, you can see where the lines and destruction creating the pentacle are on each side of you. But more importantly than that, you see a hole directly in the center, what would be the exact center of the village, the exact center of the pentacle. And as you get closer and kind of take a look over the edge, at least at night, you cannot see the bottom of this hole.
Well, there's our answer to that. Are there any rocks around us?
Scattered stones and pebbles. Some of the buildings were made out of stone, and some of those bricks are kind of broken and around the area.
I'm going to grab a good chunk of stone and toss it over the side.
You
Do I hear anything?
wait. Yeah, you wait to hear something, but after 5 minutes, you still haven't even heard the echo of the rock clattering against something.
That's a deep one there.
Who wants to go first?
Me, I'll go. I'll jump in.
I was
Keep it
joking,
sane.
Twilight.
This could lead to some other dimension. We don't know what we're looking at right now.
Might be better than the one we're in currently.
Might just be an easier trap to fall into, too.
We're used to that. I think Geraldine is right. I think there's a pattern to this.
What did you say,
Must
Geraldine?
be.
Thing is, we are already inside a trap, and the person that put us here wanted to keep us here, so of course he didn't make it easier to find a solution. However, I think we are missing something. Maybe one more clue.
I think you're right. Should probably take a better look at the statues, maybe. That's our biggest clue to go off of. I don't think we're getting much information from the talkative mouth at the center.
I'm going to the Forgotten Deity statue.
Why won't we start with the most obvious one, the one that ruled them all? Time.
I have a question.
Yes.
If I did the ring of levitate for one of the statues and moved it over to the hole and pushed the statue in the hole, should we try it? I want to kind of know what would happen.
That's something we'd have to try if we decide.
Yeah. As you ponder this, you do realize that this hole is about 10 feet across, which is just wide enough for the statue you looked at previously.
Think it would fit. Should we try it? Can I try it? May I try it? I'm intrigued.
So you share your idea with the team, I presume?
Yes.
Worth a try.
It's the best thing we have to go on so far.
There is only one problem. There's no coming back from it if it doesn't work.
We should investigate it before you pick it up.
Huh?
We should investigate it further before you pick it up, just to make sure.
As you all stand around this hole, having discussed a few plans, it's been about 55 minutes. 55 minutes, almost an hour, since the game began. And you hear a single bell toll. Dong. And the voice once again shouts out across the village. There.
By hope, time marches on. By torment, time reaches for its end. Blood for blood, the power of gods grow. Life for life, the power of mankind wanes.
And then,
After a moment or two.
you begin to see the shadows around the village take form as 5 dire wolves manifest around you made of shadow, slowly circling around you in this hole.
You'll have to do better than this, I think. Rat's gonna start stepping towards them, unsheathing the blade. Spark of lightning kind of flies from it as he does. He's gonna spin it around, and he's walking towards these dire wolves with the intent to attack.
We're fighting shadows?
Yeah, before we maybe enter probably combat time and such, can I roll an arcane for when the voice started to surround us? I'm trying to establish if I can recognize the kind of spell, if it's more like a, something that is being sent from far away, something that need to be done into a specific area, or this kind of things, just to, if I can identify the source of it.
Yeah, go ahead and give me an Arcana check for that.
Good thinking.
I have a +10 on the roll. Oh, my rolls today are very bad. Anyway, with a 12.
You
12 so
you don't recognize it as a spell. It sounds more like a prophecy being spoken than an actual spell.
I'm gonna Misty Step behind the wolves.
Behind one of them, they formed a circle around you, so none of them are adjacent to each other.
Oh, I thought they were on the other side of the circle.
They're circling around all of you and the circle. So it's like there's the hole that's a circle, then you guys are the side of it, and then they're forming another circle around you and that hole.
Yeah, I'm gonna put myself in between, or put the dire wolves in between. Or yeah, I'm gonna tell Misty Step on the outside of their circling.
Okay. All right, are you going to be adjacent to one of them?
Yes.
Okay. And Wrath, you're moving towards one. So that's a move action from Wrath and a bonus action for Pious. This is the first round of combat, and it is your table to describe how all of you act.
I pull on my headpiece, and I wait for them to make a move.
Geraldine, you take note of this. Like, the first skull that was kind of hanging on her cloak on the bat, but you never really got a good look at her from behind. As she pulls it over, you can see that it is a large wolf skull, and on the forehead of it is an engraved symbol of two people's hands reaching out and touching in the middle, one male, one female, and behind them is a gravestone with what appears to be blood trickling down, and all of this is just engraved, there's no color.
You kind of cut for some of that.
Oh no! So the symbol on the skull is two people, one man, one woman, reaching out to each other, their palms touching in the middle, and behind them is a large gravestone that appears to have blood running down it. These are engraved, so there's no color, no paint to them, but it looks like how an artist would depict blood running down a gravestone.
Okay, and this is on the engraved on this skull, right?
Yes, on the forehead of the wolf skull that she's put on as a helmet.
Mm-hmm. Perfect.
All right, Tempest,
Ironically,
sorry
a
to
Darwar
interrupt you. All
skull.
right, Tempest, what else do you do after you pull it up?
I get in a combat-ready stance, but I don't move until they do.
Okay. Wrath,
I'm going to use turn
continuing-
undead.
Turn undead. All right. You know
Pious.
without a doubt your ability goes off. These things are not undead.
Oh, okay.
Wrath, Geraldine, Twilight, any actions from you for this first turn of combat?
Would animal handling help in this situation?
They're not actual animals, so you doubt it.
Okay, that's what I was thinking. It was kind of a stupid question, but I wanted to make sure. She's gonna. Do you care if I go, or does someone else want to
No, go for it. Go for it.
I was thinking I could do frostbite on them. See that or cast confusion. You know what? I want to cast confusion.
All right. That is a wisdom save. As you try to confuse one of them, that they absolutely fail. So all you do see one of the dire wolves kind of stop its predatory movement and kind of just stagger a little bit as it tries to just maintain its position standing up.
You are being cut there.
Oh, I just like this. I hate how my computer does this. You see the wolf kind of stop in place as it staggers a little bit, clearly just trying to stay standing up at the moment.
Is that how confusion works?
It has to roll a d6 on its turn, and depending on what it rolls, it depends on what it can do.
Okay, yeah.
You can go if you want, Geraldine. I don't mind going last.
Thanks. Geraldine position, active action in this round is a little bit more passive. Her very, pale skin started to darken first, then almost be translucent, revealing layer of bones, ribs, her spine, almost like they pulsating under the surface of what it looks like a shadow made of water. And I cast what Geraldine called the bone shroud on myself, but technically speaking, it's the shadow of Moyle. It's a kind of spell. And in this state of I'm here and I'm not here at the same time, I take out my rapier, and for the people that have seen it for the first time, it's an animal skull with the mouth open, and from the form of the guard around my hand and the blade itself, it looks almost like the tongue of the animal coming out and made by this crystallized bone itself. And I just stand guard.
With this happening behind Wrath does some quick calculations. How many of them could I get in a 60-foot cone? If I were to move to one side quickly and try and get on that side to be able to hit as many as I could back the other way.
So with your normal movement, and then if you use a bonus action to teleport to an optimal position, you could get 3 of them, and you would be able to move to a position that would not catch any allies. Basically the opposite half of the ones everyone's been moving towards.
Then I will do that. You see Wrath, the spark of lightning on the blade begins to grow and coat the outside edge of it, and Wrath dashes forward, and then in a gout of flame, he teleports 30 feet away as he swings the blade, and I will use the awakened property of the blade to create a 60-foot cone of lightning that strikes through the air. They need to make a dexterity saving throw. The DC is 18.
19!
Okay.
That's a half damage save, right?
Yep. So half damage is 22 points of lightning damage. Actually, 23 points because of Elemental Adept. I rolled 1-1.
All right. Haven't seen one of these in a bit. They are making a massive damage save.
Right.
That they fail. The three of them that you hit, they start pulsing from the electricity coursing through their shadow bodies. And it looks like they're about to shake it off and the lightning's dissipating. And then they just burst and disappear. 3 of the 5 are now gone.
And Wrath, kind of with a smile on his face, takes a ready stance. That's his turn.
All right. And I believe that would roll it over to the 2 remaining ones then. Pious, one's on you. One of them moves towards you, Tempest, and you were readied in case they came at you, so you can make your attack action for 2 attacks.
So, what happened to the one that was confused?
Was he one of the 3?
Yep. He's the one of them that got blasted.
Rip. Oh. Sorry.
Thank you. Thank you for.
Sorry. I'm sorry.
You're good.
I'm trying to do maximum damage.
Go back. I
don't want us to waste a bunch of resources on these whenever there's more to come.
Yep. Yeah, so Tempest, you've got 2 attack rolls to make. No advantage, so it's just a plain d20 plus your modifier with your scythe. Pious, the one that you were next to turns and goes to bite you, scoring a critical hit of 20, a natural 20. Unless there's any actions being taken to change that, like silvery barbs.
Am I within
1
range
second.
for silvery barbs?
You don't need to. Hold on.
Yeah, I actually don't remember the range on silvery barbs.
60 feet.
Oh, yeah. All of this has happened within like a 60-foot diameter,
Yeah,
so.
I'm going to use Sentinel at Death's Door and turn that into a regular hit.
All right. Then you take. It's 3 plus 4. It's 10 piercing damage. And you need to make a strength saving throw DC 13.
Okay.
You didn't fail that?
I can fail that pretty easily.
If I roll a nat 1, yeah.
Pious literally only fails on a nat 1 because his total would be 12.
18.
All right, so you are not knocked prone as it bites into your metal.
It's...
Then, Tempest, your first attack hits. Give me your second one. Another 19. They both hit, so roll your damage, which would be 12d6 plus 12 for the 2 attacks. I should ask, is your weapon just in the standard slashing, or did you switch it to fire or cold?
It's fire.
Okay. Even with all those 1s and 2s, you eviscerate this thing with the 2 attacks, cleanly cleaving it into 3 pieces as it kind of bursts and disappears.
Oh!
And of course, all of you can see the flame across the blade, and it is emanating light, brightening up the area immediately around her from dim to bright light. That rules it back to your turns then, for 1 remaining wolf right next to Pious.
I'm gonna cast Frostbite on it. Oh wait, it's not my turn, is it?
It's all of your turn.
Oh.
I'm going to swing on it.
Okay, roll your to hit. It fails its save, so roll your damage, Twilight.
No. I didn't know. It was going.
It's been such a long time since something failed your frostbite save.
I know, it really has, so I don't know my damage.
Jesus Christ.
It really has. I don't know my damage.
It's either 3d6 or 3d8.
I think it's a
Let me double
3d8. I'm almost positive that it's...
Frostbite d6. 3d6. 11. So, despite all logic and physics just they're thrown out the window as this intangible shadow is suddenly encased in a small layer of ice that immediately begins to crack and break on its body. It does react to it, kind of twitching slightly. It definitely felt the attack and took damage, but it is still standing.
Just kind of frozen in place then, right?
It's not frozen in place, but it's restricted slightly in its movement.
Let's go. Did Pious set it already?
Geraldine, he rolled a natural 1.
No.
Oh.
Don't you have a feature that gives you a second attack, though?
Oh, yeah, I do. You're right. What am I doing?
What's Geraldine doing?
Because they are quickly dispatching those beasts without too much of an effort. Geraldine is kind of just ready, but suddenly the creature is cursed. Using my curse, I place it upon this creature that is in visual range and is close enough to me. And all of a sudden, the shadow that create these things is almost bright, purplish for just few instants. And for you, Pious and the rest that need to act, nothing will change. It will change for me when it's these things die.
All right, another 10 damage. It is still standing. You can see its form is kind of wavering, though, as if it's having to struggle to maintain its dire wolf shape.
Anyone else?
If we get closer by the end of the round and no one actually acted to, let's say, do a final blow at that point, because I just used my bonus action, Geraldine will lunge towards the creature.
Wrath, Tempest, you still have your full set of actions.
Wrath would rather watch this.
All right.
Yeah,
how
I'm
about
gonna
Tempest?
hold back. I'm watching
All right.
this.
So, the end of the round coming up, and the wolf is still standing, Geraldine.
So, almost like going down to the ground, Geraldine jumped towards the creature and with a lunge, push the blade towards his body. Kozo, thanks to the spell I casted before, I had advantage on the attack.
All right.
So 12 plus 11, 23.
That's a hit.
Let's go.
And in just one swing, the creature receive kind of all the energy that I can put into this weapon in just one go, except all the Eldritch Smite, because I fought those entity before, and I don't think it will work as I expected.
All right. So,
This is
full attack
Geraldine.
without the smite.
Yeah, full attack without the smite, and my also sneak attack.
Yep.
So 29 damage.
All right. Go ahead and describe how it meets its end as you drive your blade through it.
So, as I said, a lunge. So there is this almost like a, like a spring that jump from one place to another is a very quick movement. The blade pass through. It get in the middle of the forehead of the creature. It just almost create a passage right there, almost like creating this third eye, and the blade just get out, in and out in an instant. The creature will just stagger for a second before dropping and start to vanish. And at that point, everyone can see that the energy of the creature seems to go to raise and go towards Geraldine, that absorb it towards her mouth, almost like drinking essence. And I recover a total of 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 12 point of damage. Even if, I literally just drank the essence of the creature.
Wrath, Tempest, the two of you, because you two are much more aware of Soul Drinker than the rest of the party, even though everyone has their knowledge and concerns about it within the party that's been here for a while. You can see that even though it has the same kind of sucking in the life force, it happens in a very different way, and it doesn't suck up the entirety of this shadow creature's life force, only a portion of it. And the combat is over.
Quick gesture, the rapier disappear into Geraldine's skull, and she just turned back, smile, and walked where she was.
Impressive.
Yeah, I like efficiency. I think this was just a taste. We should hurry up before we get surrounded once more. Don't you think?
She's right. We have a clock ticking right now.
So does our adversary.
It goes both ways.
Should we quickly go examine the statues?
Yes.
Pious starts walking towards the Forgotten One statue.
Okay.
Damn it, Pious. Run after him. To follow.
Okay. I'm gonna guess everyone's going to follow and head that way then.
Yes, and when I do it, I will walk close to Wrath and say,
there is something I should be aware of. Your reaction towards that lady seems to be interesting, to say the least.
I can't hear you.
Did we
If you say
lose
something.
Wrath?
Sorry. Nope, just my voice for a second.
Okay.
Well, it depends on what you find interesting, I suppose. Is there something you'd like to ask me?
Some questions, however, I like to how you want to put it, dissect things in a more calmer way. I don't rush. So, do you guys have some sort of past with this forgotten lady? That's my only question now.
We've stumbled, you can say, upon a prophecy about the release of this entity, as if trapped somewhere else, put there by the rest of the pantheon, as you would say. There's a lot more. Go ahead.
No, please carry on.
There's a lot more to talk about when discussing this topic, but there's a sore spot. Some of us have tread too closely to that darkness at times.
I gently put my hand on your shoulder, and it's cold as the touch of a gravestone. And I said, I know the feeling. I squeeze tiny little, and I release you.
Tempest, you see that, the physical contact made, and because your ears are sharp, you hear their words as well.
Oh, I was watching that whole time. A slight growl coming from her throat when she saw the physical contact.
Well, I'm sure there's a lot we have to discuss. I'd like to get your side of what happened when the ship went down, what you saw, but I'm not sure that conversation is befitting our space.
That I deal in truth. Most of the time is uncomfortable. However, that you choose the time and place.
That smile makes it feel so genuine. Look, I'm glad you made it out, and I'm sorry for what happened to you. But yes,
I'm happy you made it out. And just to make sure that you know, I saw you made it out.
And I walk away.
Yeah. So, as you all approach this shrine again and see the statue, each of you feel that presence of madness that just comes from even the image of the forgotten deity. And for each of you, what you feel is a little different. Geraldine, you feel that same negative emotion of before. Wrath, you feel a mix of confusion and remorse, regret to past deeds, as you can't help but, of course, think about the Kraken's Bane's end. Tempest, you feel that same type of remorse you had before, thinking about what happened when you went on that mission and Lainey Bouchard burst into a tree as you tried to recover the kidnapped heir of the Kindhurst branch of Valdrek. Twilight, you feel that same fear that everyone's going to give you up, that this is an opportunity that they could. You've been told to kill each other. Why wouldn't they get rid of you now? They have incentive to do so. And Pious, you know what you're feeling. You've been showing it on your sleeve this entire time. Anger. And all of you can see there's lights. The lights that make up these pseudo veins across his body. The light blue is tinted with just the ever slightest of red right now.
What's red?
Pious's lights are tinted slightly red. They're still mostly a light blue.
But
He
still, we
walks up
gotta
to
do
the
as quick
statue.
as possible.
Geraldine follow you and start to examine the statue as close as possible without touching.
All right. Give me a perception check. Raph, Pious, how about the two of you? What are you doing? How are you doing?
Oh,
Well-
I'm so sorry. I didn't realize I was muted. Wrath is just watching Pious, and he's prepared to stop him if he does anything Wrath thinks might be a little rash.
Okay. And Pious?
Hold on, I'm looking through my spells. I'm gonna touch the statue.
You're gonna touch the statue, okay? Make a wisdom saving throw. Wrath, actually, before you touch it, Wrath, make a dexterity saving throw to see if you can stop Pious from touching it.
He wouldn't stop him from touching it. It was mostly if he attacked it or tried to do something crazy.
Okay.
That was a second
Then-
option.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Alright,
I know.
Pious,
That's
then-
why I was ready.
Yeah.
24.
Tempest, how about you? What are you doing as everyone's beginning their interactions in this area?
I whisper to Clay to take flight and watch our area. And I keep my eyes on them, mostly on Geraldine, to see what's going on.
All right. Geraldine, this is the first time you're noticing this raven on that's been following the group. It's seemingly a normal raven at first sight, but you can tell the way it moves in relation to her. This is akin to a familiar of sorts for her, as it starts to kind of circle around and watch. And it circles the group and the statue twice before landing on the head of the statue, seemingly unaffected by the madness emanating from it. And it's pretty obvious that it is directly watching you, Geraldine.
Geraldine seems almost she was looking at the statue, look at all the details and etc. And this thing shows up, and Geraldine seems almost like in trance. And her big blue eyes that are also without any pupils, just this big gap of like almost like a speck of the sea, is just there, fixed on the raven. And the two look at each other, and Geraldine is just smiling, and he seems almost like she's trying to pet him, but she doesn't want to touch him.
All right, and Twilight, how about you?
She's gonna try to stop Raph she's gonna try to stop Pious from touching it, the statue, if she can.
Okay, you have disadvantage because you weren't ready for it, but give me
It depends on what your AC is.
check.
Yeah, that's
Because
right.
Pious, if she comes trying to stop him, Pious is going to punch her in the face.
Yeah.
All right.
So I don't know what my dexterity is. Let's
roll 2d20 real quick, and then I can give you the modifier. Plus 6. 16. Better look at Pious real quick. Okay, so we'll start with Geraldine and this 10. Probably the biggest reason you didn't notice a lot is because you got distracted by Quay, this raven that kind of showed up. But you do notice that at the foot of the statue, there almost seems to be like a bowl carved into it. Only about like 1.5 inches deep. Just a very tiny bowl. And Pious, Twilight gets up to you and grabs your hand, and you have that moment where you can react to punch her before just pushing your hand forward because you are stronger than her. And you still touch it, regardless.
Pious, he rolled a 20. I did not see that.
Yeah, no. Pious's roll was for the wisdom save. I just flat DC'd his strength because he can easily just push through and keep you from stopping his hand by brute force alone. He's incredibly strong. So, Pious, when you touch the statue, you find yourself once again standing in the void. No one is around you except a single entity, and you have your hand kind of on his chest. He's a few inches smaller, about 5'9", 5'10". He's got long, dark hair. It looks black, and it's down to just around his armpits. He's wearing a plain black t-shirt and these black denim jeans that have like 3 pockets on each side. Very modern clothing, not medieval. And he's wearing glasses. And he just kind of looks at you.
Huh. You're back.
Mm-hmm. I had a feeling this is where I would end up.
Well, I have to commend you at least. You've stuck around longer than a lot of people. We both know that that's going to end eventually, though. Everyone always leaves.
You would think you would get used to it.
I can't disagree with you there. I'm kind of numb to it, but doesn't mean I don't have bouts of anger, depression. Sometimes things just don't feel good.
That's how life is. It sucks. And then you die.
You know, I've tried to speed up that process a few times. Hell, one time I even put a .22 caliber to my own head. Kind of funny. I pulled the trigger. Still don't know how the bullet missed. Well, missed me. Guy on the other side of the room took it in the arm.
Lucky him.
Maybe. But my friends, I guess I'd call them, well, they finally agreed that I can't die. That's a consensus we came to, at least. Some greater purpose, apparently. Doubt it's anything good.
Well, it can't be that bad. I mean, it seems peaceful here at least.
Yeah, sometimes it's nice to find peace in your own mind. The world's still out there, though. Still throwing me shit every day.
Never gets any better. You just have to go forward.
The question's how, though.
With your legs.
Yeah, I guess so.
It's a metaphor. I think.
So, did you just come to talk, or is there a real purpose behind it this time?
You know, I'm not entirely sure, but I may be seeing you very soon again, depending on how well things go.
We'll see.
He turns away and kind of just starts to walk.
Before I go, do you know where I am as far as my physical body?
He turns his head enough that you can see the side of his face. He doesn't say anything. As like what happened with the young boy, he kind of disappears, and those same tentacles are riding across the ground. The massive form of the forgotten deity standing there. And this time you can see that there's some distance between the two of you. And these massive pillars of light come up from the ground, or what presumably would be the ground at his feet if anything were there. And they rise up all the way to the top. And you see the bars of light, every color as it cycles through them, holding him prisoner. Back to everybody else. You see Pious touch the statue, and immediately his lights shift to a purple and begin to glow the same color as the torment fragments. The display of a face disappears, leaving it just a blank slate of glass.
It's a new one.
Please go on.
What's that?
He's motionless.
Should we try and pull him away from it?
Jam, you were mentioning this spear. Can I pluck it out?
So it's a bowl, like a hole, something you'd like pour soup in, or at least that's its shape and design. It's too small to be used for that, but
no one else is going to do it. And Wrath will reach a hand up and form a whip of lightning, and I'm going to try and lightning lure Pious. Just not enough to yank him, but enough to pull him away from the statue.
What's your DC again?
21.
You succeed. Barely. You feel the full weight of his body as you start to pull back, but his body does move and come back. Pious, on your side, you feel it too, as you're standing there seeing this cage and the forgotten deity in it. You feel yourself being pulled rapidly. You're gaining distance miles within seconds as you get further from it. And you can't help but feel sadness emanating from the forgotten deity as suddenly you're standing in your body again.
How many pillars came out of the ground, you said?
There were 8 pillars of light on your face of it. It looks like there were 8 on the other side as well, symmetrical. But it looks like the 2 shorter sides on the left and right that connected the front and back were only 5 bars each. Plus the 4 corners on top of that. So 16, 26, 30 total bars.
Okay.
Did the purple fade from his visage?
There's still a slight tint of purple, but it's mostly gone.
Are you back?
Unfortunately.
Where did you go?
I saw the Forgotten One, and I saw his cage.
You're glowing more than usual.
Yeah, we are not so different. We're linked somehow. Not sure.
Did you ask him about the strap?
Yeah. Didn't get an answer.
You found anything, Geraldine?
Geraldine, with one of the long finger, will point this shape and this bowl.
Does this? It makes sense for you?
Didn't that voice say something about the blood of mortals? Do you think this is an offering bowl?
And she will take a step back and do a gesture and invitation towards you.
Oh, are we playing this game?
Wow.
What is she gonna do?
I believe you're the only one that's mortal here, Wrath. Technically.
It catches him off guard. Surely Geraldine?
Me? Ah, yes.
Right. I'm the only other one. All right. If you think it's a good idea, but it's
Kind of risky, don't you think?
very actually. It's the same
I'll-
voice that called out about this prophecy, right? That threatened us earlier?
Yes, it's the same voice that originally started the game, talked to Pious, is the same one who spoke in that prophetic manner.
I'm not sure we should play its game at all.
So we just sit here and tire out and die.
That's not what I'm saying. Obviously, we should find a way out, but
We haven't gone to the other statues. We don't know what other options we might still have.
it's true.
Fair point.
Sorry.
Should we go?
I should probably tell you all what I saw when I touched my statue.
Your statue?
Mobius, yes. You weren't in the vision, Geraldine, but the rest of you were. And you killed me. That's what I saw.
Haven't you had this vision before?
Once before, yes.
Using a
Didn't come
very sorry,
No, go ahead.
using a very dry bone humor, Geraldine, I will just say to Pious,
Yeah, see? A very good reason to trust me.
Right.
Really, I'm not going to be the one to kill you. However, I don't think this is the point right now.
I'm not concerned about my own safety.
We should see if someone else touches the statue if they get a different vision.
I'll touch it. I will touch it.
So
You
eager to
mean,
be
you mean the
So-
statue of Mobius, right?
Correct.
Okay. Geraldine, what was that?
no, I just, when Twilight rushed to touch it, etc., Geraldine commented, like, so eager to please, so quick to die. But she commented by herself. Also, we are walking back towards the first statue, because we were still at the Chaos one, right?
Yes.
I think
Yes,
so.
you were at Chaos, and
Now
it
we're
sounds
moving
like you're
towards
heading back up to A with the Mobius statue. By the time you get up there, about 15 minutes have passed since the bell toll and that group of shadow dire wolves happened. And as you get there, of course, that statue still stands. And for everyone except Geraldine, this is exactly what Pious made himself look like using illusion magic after the first time he saw himself like this. Of course, Geraldine, you can still see all the similarities as his armor and plating still has that kind of melted look to it. The biggest difference in appearance is the head of the statue also kind of has that melted look, but Pious does not.
I'm not commenting, not saying anything. I'm just watching, and I think, Twilight, this is your moment to shine.
I mean, she's kind of thinking, oh my goodness, should I really do it? But yeah, she'll do it. She'll just kind of she'll put one little finger on it. She'll touch it with her little pinky.
Okay. As you do, you see a vision yourself in this village, and you hear a single line uttered from your own voice. And what you say to Pious in this moment, as your nails grow long and you shove them into his chest, you say, "He can't take your power if you're dead. This is the only way." And you can feel the tears beginning to well up in your own eyes as you take the life of your friend in this vision.
Is
And then
there
it
a way
ends.
for me? Yeah, she just kind of steps back and she goes, "Fuck, fuck, fuck, fuck!" I just took the life of Pious, and she really believes it.
It was just a vision.
Like,
I'm going up to the statue, and I'm going to see if there's a similar bowl at the base of it.
Yes, because you know where you're looking and such. As you take a look at it, you do see that there's the same kind of bowl there at the center of it at the feet.
Twilight, Pious is still alive. It was just a vision.
she kind of wants to ignore it and just kind of take the ring of levitation and just throw the statue across the room. And she doesn't care which one. She just wants to just throw it because she's just so traumatized and she's not thinking.
So, you all see her, use the ring, and you see the statue start to levitate up as she goes to grab it so she can throw it. You do have an opportunity to try stopping her, though.
Can I try to intercept and, grab her arm and redirect it and just, almost like turn her towards me in order to focus her attention on me just for a moment to interrupt what she's doing?
Yeah, go ahead and roll a dexterity save.
Okay. Come on, tonight it's impossible for me to roll higher than 5.
Okay. So, Tanner's still, kind of average. You managed to grab her, but you don't really get to turn her around. But because you got her by the shoulders, you're keeping her arms from being able to actually fully move to throw it, extending the time before she throws it by a couple more seconds.
And just say, you know what? I'm going to use a mix of thaumaturgy and minor illusion in order to make sure that what she's seeing is just me, nothing else.
All right. Yeah,
And I'm
Geraldine suddenly appears in front of you.
And I just put gently my hand on her shoulder, my eyes fixed on yours. It's all right. We are going to get out of here together.
Alright, this is strangely reassuring.
It really is. Very strangely reassuring. So she kind of just stops what she's doing and just like kind of just puts her hands to the ground. Like it's like she's like in a trance. Like it's a calming, weird trance.
And it's slowly moving left and right. Just my long tentacles are just hanging, waving, almost like we are underwater. And I just put both my hands on your shoulder. Let's find a solution together.
What are you doing as this is going on?
He is looking where the statue was to see if there's anything under it.
Alright, give me a perception check. Tempest,
Can I
Pious,
assist?
or either of you? Yeah, if you want to assist on that perception, Tempest, Rat, you have advantage. And Pious, how about you?
Pious is going to walk towards where they came from, away from the statue a little bit, kind of looking out over the village. And then he says,
I know what I have to do.
Wrath, what's the perception check?
21.
21. So you don't notice anything like under the statue, like in between where it and the base that it was resting on. But you do notice on the base below it inscribed, where you could have read it even without the statue being moved, it's worn. Like the wind has done it and taken its toll, but it's also like full of dirt. It makes it a little bit harder to read. And you can read the words. Sorry. Where are you again? You can read the words, "Time marches on," written onto the statue.
Point that out to everyone. Pious, come see.
he doesn't say anything and he doesn't turn around.
Was I able... No, sorry, ignore me, please.
Good. So, Twilight, by this point, you've calmed down. Like, you are capable of taking, well, for you, rational decision making again.
Say that again.
You've calmed down and you're able to make rational decisions again. At least as rational as you usually do.
I thought you said Wrath is going to make all your decisions for you. I'm like, what?
Oh.
Might work at this point, but she kind of gives. Oh my goodness.
Geraldine?
Yeah, Gerald. Not confirm like handshake and says thank you. That I needed that. Thank you.
I gently caress her face with one of my finger. Same cold sensation that Wrath felt when I touch him.
Thank you. She kind of like takes her head back, like, hey, don't touch me. But she's okay to accept it. But she's like, okay, no touching the face, kind of thing. But she doesn't say it. She just kind of like puts her hands on her face, like, and then just bows to you and says thank you.
Geraldine, does it once, linger, but not on touching you. Just the hand is just closer and just put it away. Just stand up.
And then what was everybody else doing?
Wrath is trying to speak to Pious, but Pious is standing with his back turned to the group, probably about like 10 to 15 feet away, back towards the center of the village, in silence, stoically almost.
I charge up behind Pious and try to spin him around so he's actually giving attention.
I'm gonna run over to Pious and just give him a hug.
Pious, if you're gonna resist, it's a strength check, and Tempest, you have to give me a strength check as well.
On my best stat, I am small. Rip.
Rip. Yeah, you are unable to move Pious. Pious, you feel Twilight wrap her arms around you to hug you.
But then she hurries and lets go.
I'm sorry.
No,
But I have to try this.
What are you trying?
Just give me a chance.
To do what, Pious?
Don't worry about it.
Obviously, I'm going to if you tell me just give you a chance.
Damn it, Pious, talk to us.
The last person that asked that question, that request, wasn't very kind to some of the people here.
And when I say this, I look up Wrath for a second.
So maybe open dialogue should be your main concern now.
I'm just weighing my options here. I need time to think.
All the time in the world, except we are going to be attacked again.
Then I need to hurry.
And I'm going to cast Death Ward on myself.
Okay.
I'll be back.
I also... No, nothing. Go right. Go.
And he's going to run towards the center of the village.
Yeah, I'm following that.
All right.
And cut him off, because that's easy.
Yep, you've got more than enough speed to get in front of him, which opposed strength checks again.
May I assist Tempest with this too? Use my boost of speed?
If you use your boost of speed, you'll be able to get there. Tempest, you have advantage.
19.
19 and 19. Tempest is the aggressor in this situation, so she wins the tie. You don't fully stop him, but you definitely slow him down significantly.
If you don't let go, you'll go with me.
You're not jumping into that thing.
Would you like to try and stop me, Wrath?
If I have to, Pious. Why are we doing this? Come on. We still have 3 statues, probably with inscription on them. There's a puzzle to solve, not a life to take.
Like I said, he wants me, not any of you.
Well, he can't fucking have you.
That's why I'm doing this.
So you're gonna go give yourself to him so that he can't. That doesn't make any sense.
Well, I mean, if he can't really...
We don't know what's in that hole, Pious. He could consume everything we put down in there.
I mean, true, but... Actually, I might have a better idea.
If may I speak?
That depends.
If anybody's going in that hole, it's gonna be me. I
Can we
volunteer.
please stop talking about what's in that hole until it becomes an actual option? You could go 20 feet down and just not exist anymore. You realize that?
Right. But then what if there's like a pot of gold at the end of it? What if there's...
Fuck do you need a pot of gold for? You want gold? I have gold! And he flings just a handful of gold into the air from his pouch.
This is exactly why I said it depends on when you asked if you could speak.
Okay, I'll shut up.
I have one more option.
Pious, if you haven't stopped pushing forward, you're about 80 feet away from this hole at this point.
He's going to keep walking towards the hole. But he's not, like, urgently doing it now.
What's the other option?
I have a question, and I walk close to him. This person seems to, have a keen intention to have you, specifically you, your body, your capability. What does he want from you?
It says it wants my power.
And this power that he's talking about is like a shard, a core, something more ephemeral.
My guess is that he wants the power to travel through time.
And the question is, can you hide that power somewhere else?
Not that I know of, no. It is complicated, but I exist in multiple places at the same time on different time lengths in different universes.
Interesting. So, this entity wants it for itself in order to do something with it, I presume.
Nothing good.
Absolutely nothing good. The question remains, can we put the power away?
I'm not sure. Because that could go very south very quickly for me.
Barely better than jump into a hole that's probably going to give you annihilation.
Maybe.
Your mind should tell you that even at 0.1% chance is better than none.
Pious, you can't help but remember the last time that you kind of were in the void when you saw the screens. And you remember that percent chance of success. And how that almost gave you hope because as small as it was, it did exist.
Yeah. Well, time for plan B.
And he walks up to the side of the hole, and he's going to cast clairvoyance into the hole.
Let me pull that spell up real quick.
The range is a mile.
Well, we know we got some range on it then.
Oh, yeah.
Create an invisible sensor within range in a location familiar to you, or obvious location that is unfamiliar to you, such as down this hole. You choose seeing or hearing. Which sense?
Hearing.
Hearing?
Well, and I can switch between the two.
Okay.
So I'll do hearing first.
You cast it, and it's almost like the sensor, at this moment at least, is moving to the location you've designated. And you can hear, of course, all of you around this hole at the moment, and kind of the echoing that happens from the walls of it. And then nothing. Just absolute silence. Even more silent than anything you've heard in this world. Before you then hear the sounds of two blades clashing together, and you hear Wrath's voice. Ah!
Damn it, Pious. We can do it again. We can try again. We just have to kill you first.
This is what Wrath is saying? Who's saying that?
The Pious hears Wrath saying that.
Oh, okay.
And the clear sounds of battle, two blades clashing.
But we don't hear it because he casted a spell. Okay, sorry.
Correct.
God damn it.
If I switch to the seeing, do I see anything?
Yes, you see yourself and Wrath going back and forth. Him striking at you, you striking at him, spells being fired off in between swings of the blades. The you that you see doesn't have the armor you're wearing, though.
Doesn't have what?
The armor. This version of you doesn't have divine calculation. It's just your normal, completely smooth body.
He's using you. He's using me against all of you. He thinks my paranoia is going to make me snap and kill all of you.
Well, you kind of almost did jump into that damn thing.
You do recognize after a moment as Wrath drives his blade into this version of you, and a lightning bolt spell goes off, just blasting through your body as you collapse. And this is that same scene that you saw in your vision, just from a different point of view of when Wrath killed you.
He's trying to force us. I know this is going to sound obvious, but he's trying to force us to kill each other. And he's using me as the aggressor because he knows that I would do it.
You're telling everybody this?
Yes.
Pious, I touched the statue, and I think you're a little incorrect. It wants us all to kill you, from what I see.
Is that all you saw was...
Me killing you. And it was horrifying.
In this vision, Wrath, it was you that killed me.
But is that all you saw?
Yes.
And it
But I
was
was
here,
different.
in a different time.
Yes.
I'm going to check those other statues.
Yeah.
Time marches on means something. The others might have more clues. Don't
Lead the way.
fucking jump in the hole.
Raph, out of game. Did you actually touch the statue?
No. I touched the one I initially was at, but nothing happened.
But nothing happened? Okay.
Let's just go to Twilight's temple real quick and see what we can find there.
Why mine?
We're
That's
gonna
the
go to all
furthest
of them
away.
at some point.
We'll just go in a circle. That's the furthest away.
Are we in the center though?
Oh, we
Yeah,
are actually.
Currently,
By the
you're all
hole.
at the center, and you've done C and then A. You've been going counterclockwise around it so far. The next one, of course, in that would be B, which is Cosmo's statue, where Tempest started.
Let's go to yours, Tempest. Not mine.
I'm fine with either. I just want to see what they say.
The other one that you were at, Twilight, had multiple. It could give us multiple answers and more to work with right off the bat.
Didn't like it. I didn't like the feeling of being in there. But okay.
Well, we can't ignore it. We're gonna go to all of them eventually anyway.
You're right. You're right.
And Pious, if you jump in this hole at any point, I'm going to kick your ass.
You may have to at some point anyway.
I'll do it with my bare hands so it's not lethal.
I won't just stand there and take it if you all have to kill me, just so you know.
Non-lethal. Let's go.
You mean
I
like
start pushing him along.
So you're heading
we're
to
going to
E, where Twilight started?
I think so.
sadly, yes.
So you're looking for writing in that same place, but I still need you to roll a perception check.
All right.
Me?
No, Wrath. And you have advantage because you know exactly where you're looking and how worn the text is.
25.
25. At the base of this one, there's a significantly, well, not necessarily significantly, but there's a larger amount of text. And what's written is blood for blood, the power of gods grow.
For clarity, is it one statue with multiple figures? Or is it multiple
Yes.
statues? Okay.
It appears to be 6 figures carved from a single massive piece of marble. And you also see, just like the other 2 statues, at the center of it, down there at the base, is one of these small bowls carved into it, right above the text.
I think we're reading the prophecy that it told. And likely these bowls are here as sacrifice for this blood.
As you start speaking, it's been about an hour since the Shadow Direwolves appeared. And Pious, your internal clock, you catch it, and it's the exact top of the hour, 2 a.m., and you hear the bell toll twice. Dong, dong. And the shadows around you start to take form, this time appearing to be 5 gelatinous oozes made of shadow. That's where we're going to leave off tonight.
No!
Because we do not have time for a combat before we end. But I would like everyone to stay on after we end the stream, just for a brief talk. So, everyone, joining us watching, thank you for being here. We're not going to raid out tonight. But as always, I love you. Bye-bye, Kupo!